I watched all 2026 Oscar nominees, so you don't have to. So it's that time of year again when a closed-off cabal of out-of-touch people sit at a ceremony and tell you what the best movie of the year was. I've never had much of an interest in the Oscars. They're just a way for famous actors to make asses out of themselves on stage and show for a charity about climate change while the hypocrites take a jet to go from their bed to their shitter in their 20,000 square feet LA mansion. But this year I thought it would be fun to watch all the nominees for Best Picture, rank them from best to worst, and give my predictions on which one is gonna win. So here I go, watching and ranking every Best Picture nominee, so you don't have to. And first off, we have Begonia.
They want you to think it's you.
Starting off with Begonia, directed by Georgios Lanthimos and starring the one dude from Breaking Bad and Veronica from Movie 43. The movie follows a pair of conspiracy theorist brothers, Teddy and Don, played by Jesse Plemons and Aidan Delbis, respectively, who kidnap Michelle, played by Emma Stone, the CEO of an important firm, under the belief that she's secretly an Andromedan alien sent to experiment on humans. Credit where it's due, the film is fast, it's engaging, and it's tense all the way through as these two psychos do all of this weird shit to Emma, and there's a constant sense of Teddy being 2 steps away from decorating the walls of his house with grey matter, so it's very, very tense. The cinematography is simplistic but pretty, high contrast, still in orange, the prestige film LUT pack, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The sound design and set design are stellar as well. They really create this deeply hostile environment and make it come to life. However, I did find the dialogue to be a bit much at times. Teddy just goes on and on and on these long-winded rants about the government and aliens and blah 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 blah, you know. And it does get a bit tiring to listen to at times. And what really brought this movie down for me was the ending. Without spoiling it, there is a twist at the end that I thought was so fucking stupid that it just straight up ruined the movie for me. Though some people have said that's actually what makes the movie for them, so to each their own, I guess. But if you're looking for a dark, eerie, weird, and uncomfortable psychological thriller, this is definitely a one to look out for. I give it a 7 out of 10. Next up, we have F1. Directed by Joseph Kosinski and starring Brad Pitt and Dan Idris. The movie follows Sonny Hayes, played by Brad Pitt, a racing fiend who makes a living driving through America looking for races and winning them for cash prizes. Whether it's NASCAR, derbies, this man is an incredible driver. One day he gets approached by his close friend Ruben, who just bought a failing F1 team and also just lost a driver, and he asks if he'd like to get back in the saddle and try F1 one more time. Eventually Sonny agrees after a lot of begging and meets his partner Joshua Pierce, played by Tamsin Idris. And the whole movie sees them butting heads and attempting to work together as the future of their organization rests on their shoulders. This movie's not artsy, it doesn't do anything special, and the story is about as predictable as it can get. But man, who gives a shit? It's a good time. It sets out to do one thing and one thing only. Make a fucking awesome, fun, and exciting racing movie, and by God it delivers. Every race is exhilarating and had me on the edge of my seat, aided by some incredibly creative cinematography and next-level sound design. It is a treat to experience. Side note, I will be shocked if this movie does not win Best Sound. It's simple, fun, and exciting, and while you can see the ending coming from a mile away, it still made me misty-eyed. It's a really, really good movie. 8 out of 10. It is by no means special, but it is a really good time. Next up we have Hamnet. I am sick to death of biopics. A Complete Unknown, Elvis, The Diary of a Wimpy Kid 2, all just shameless, soulless cash grabs. Except for Better Man. Better Man is a masterpiece and it's a goddamn travesty if flopped at the box office. I love this broken monkey, man. Please watch the movie, I swear it's good. Anywho, so when I saw this movie and I saw it pitched as a biopic of William Shakespeare, I scoffed, rolled my eyes, and went into the cinema ready to be a hater. And within 15 minutes, this movie had bitch slapped me, made me drop to my knees, and made me apologize for ever doubting it. Man, what a fucking movie. This movie, if you can believe it, follows William Shakespeare, played by Paul Mescal, and perhaps more prominently, Agnes, his wife, played by Jessie Buckley, as they navigate the trials and tribulations of raising a family in the unforgiving fantasy world of 1800s London. This movie has absolutely incredible performances from all involved. Rent was due for every fucker on set, and everyone delivered. From the main actors to Popper number 6, no one is a slouch. And Jessie Buckley, man, Jessie Buckley, she puts in an outstanding performance. She has an incredible range and displays it fully in this movie. Earth-shattering grief, childlike wonder, from bottomless love to burning hatred and disdain. It is a movie with just outstanding performances, and hers just stands out above the rest. And also the child actors are all incredible, especially the titular Hamlet played by Noah Jupe. His performance is so perfect, so heart-wrenching, and I don't know where they pulled this kid out of, but he absolutely killed it. Usually child actors are the weakest links in a movie, but not here. This kid fucking kills it. This movie is long, it's dark, and it's a crude portrayal of how grief can tear us apart and break us, but also how it can reforge our bonds into something far more meaningful and beautiful than they were before. It is a masterpiece, a 9 out of 10, and a must watch. Next up is what might be the quirkiest movie of the bunch. One battle after another.
Thank you. Hey, thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you. God damn it! Viva la revolution!
Directed by Paul Thomas Anderson and starring the autistic kid from the 1993 classic What's Eating Gilbert Grape, the movie follows a washed-up guerrilla fighter named Bob, who has fallen far from grace and now spends his days smoking weed, drinking, and maybe shouting slurs, we don't know. I would not be surprised. And he and his daughter are being hunted by this vindictive army lieutenant played by Sean Penn, who wants to kill DiCaprio's daughter because she's the product of an illegitimate union between him and DiCaprio's ex-wife, and as a mixed-race child, that is a blemish on his record that prevents him from getting into the Christmas Adventurers Club, this movie's version of the Illuminati and a little bit of the KKK. It is a very, very bizarre script. Super convoluted, but it doesn't matter. The movie is incredible. It is an anxiety attack in VistaVision. It gets going and doesn't stop until the credits roll. It is a frantic chase throughout the United States and a race against the clock before Bob loses his daughter forever. This movie was really odd for me because it's entertaining, the performances are good, the long handheld sequencers are effective, and it's overall a really good film, but something about it didn't quite grab me, as the previous ones did. Nevertheless, it is a fun time. I urge you to watch it. It is a solid 7 out of 10. A great film. Now, moving on to a movie that I could have sworn came out over 2 years ago, but it in fact came out in 2025. Sinners.
Take me in your eyes.
But it also can pierce the veil between life and death.
What's there to say about this movie that hasn't been said already? It features a stellar performance from Michael B. Jordan as the Smokestack Twins, and an absolutely insane actorial debut from lead actor Miles Caton. Caton? I don't know how you say it, I'm very sorry. He plays Sammy. It's got incredible performances all around. It is a poignant commentary on cultural vampirism, racism, and forsaking our ancestral connections to fit into new societies. The movie follows the Smokestack Twins as they return to their native Mississippi from Chicago, poised to open up a juke joint that will be a safe space for their community. And they also discover that their cousin Sammy has an incredible gift of music, and bring him along so he can perform an opening night. And in doing so, he draws the attention of a demonic force that will turn what was meant to be a night of celebration into the worst night of Sammy's life. This movie is a masterpiece through and through, there's no two ways about it. The score is brilliant, the cinematography is incredible, the acting is amazing, the story is really, really good and weaves the goofy tropes that we all know about vampires, like them needing to be invited in, them being allergic to garlic, and so on and so forth, and somehow makes them feel incredibly threatening. And in this movie especially, there lies a scene so electrifying, so powerful, so mind-blowing, that I don't doubt in 5 years' time, many people will flood the classrooms of film schools and cite this scene in particular as the reason why they decided they wanted to be filmmakers. And that ending, my god, that ending is so bittersweet, so beautiful, so impactful. It had me tearing up in the theater. This movie is an easy 10 out of 10, a modern masterpiece that will inspire future generations. You need to watch it at least once in your lifetime. Moving on to Train Dreams.
What are you thinking about?
I was thinking that we ought to get married.
What a gut punch of a movie. Directed by Clint Bentley and starring Joel Edgerton as Robert Grenier. The movie follows a lover's journey through his life. It's as simple as that. And yet it is one of the most beautiful and haunting films I've seen in a minute, as we watch this man struggle through grief and flounder through life, reaching for meaning as it constantly escapes him. It is a slow burn for sure, as the inciting incident to the whole story happens nearly halfway through the film, but is not really felt, as the performance by Joel is absolutely captivating. The fucker hoists the movie onto his shoulders and sprints across the finish line with it. The score is beautiful and the cinematography is absolutely stunning. Natural lighting, technical mastery required for that to look incredible, and it does. Every frame in this movie is gorgeous, and the shots in the forest are absolutely stunning. And without spoiling it, the penultimate scene where the character reflects on his life had me feeling all the feelings. It was beautiful. It was one of the most poignant scenes I've seen in a film in a good minute. I have little to say about this film without spoiling the plot points massively, but I firmly believe this is a must-watch. 10 out of 10. Came completely out of left field for me. I'd heard nothing about it, and it absolutely destroyed me. What an incredible film. Next up, we've got Marty Supreme, directed by Josh Shafty and starring Timothy Chalamet as Marty Reisman. As I stated previously, I'm kind of fucking sick of biopics, so I definitely came in with a bias, and I do believe firmly that out of all the projects with the name Safdie attached to them, this one is easily the most forgettable. The film follows Marty as he rises to the underground world of competitive table tennis, hustling, making enemies, and chasing the dream of being the greatest player to ever do it. The cinematography is energetic, it's engaging, it's got good pacing, and it's exciting. And I got to see Timothée Chalamet getting spanked, which is always a highlight in my book. Nevertheless, out of all the nominees, I think this one is by far the most meh. 6 out of 10. By no means is it a bad film, it's just not my cup of tea. Now we have The Secret Agent.
下请森剧院打给念，就不太方便说别的。
A political thriller set in Brazil in the 70s, following a man named Alejandro who is running from persecution due to unclear motives. It's just shown that he pissed off powerful people and that he probably knows stuff he ought to not know. The film takes place at 3 different points in time simultaneously, but to its credit, it's super clear and very easy to understand in what time period we're currently in, so I don't think that's an issue. We follow a college student in the present who is researching Armando's case and also studying all the irregularities and corruption surrounding it. The past shows Armando's days as a political refugee, hiding under an alias and being hunted by assassins. And even in the further past, we see his life before as a college professor. A lot of stuff is like vague, and whether that's to the detriment of the film or to its benefit is up to you. I personally think it added a lot. Plot aside, the film is super well made. It's got these weird hints of surrealism reminiscent of Luis Buñuel's films with random creepy fantasy scenes, weird nightmare sequences with demons, lots of dismemberment, and really, really weird music. The film creates tension astonishingly well. At first, when Armando feels safe in his temporary home, the film is super chill, the score is mellow. But once it becomes clear that he's being hunted, his pursuers are rapidly closing in. The cinematography becomes shaky, the music becomes grating, loud, and dissonant. And it's all really, really effective at creating this feeling of persecution and of anxiety. It is also absolutely gorgeous, especially during Armando's sequences. The use of color, the use of this really warm overall look is stunning without really getting into surreal, like Wes Anderson-esque territory where it's like very artificial and feels like a theater. This still feels like a world that is lived in, but still incredibly colorful and beautiful. If I'm not mistaken, it is the longest film by far, but it utilizes every second incredibly effectively, and I think it's a must watch, especially if you're into nail-biting thrillers. 7 out of 10. It is a great film. Now moving on to sentimental value. The movie follows two sisters who were abandoned by their father, a filmmaker, who returns a year later with a screenplay about their late mother, offering it to one of the daughters who's an actress. As you can imagine, she refuses, and then the movie ensues as he gives the film to someone else. The film is a deep exploration of grief, family, and the morality of turning tragedies into art. The cinematography is really interesting and is shot as a documentary, so at times it is unbearably intimate, almost like we are looking into something we're not really supposed to be witnessing. It is a great film, has strong performances all around, and a very beautiful message. An 8 out of 10. Great movie, worth a watch. And finally, we have Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's take on one of the most well-known and influential tales of our time. The film has been giga-glazed, so you've heard of it. Incredible production design, beautiful performances, outstanding cinematography. I mean, it's Guillermo del Toro, gothic romance, and a monster. There was no way to fuck this up. Starring John Isaac, Jacob Elordi, and Mia Goth, the movie is a beautiful exploration of loneliness, rejection, and an exploration of humanity. Not much I can say about this film, as anyone who's taken basic English class or read any form of horror already knows how it starts and how it ends. Visually stunning, beautifully crafted, and expertly performed, Guillermo del Toro impresses to the surprise of no one. 9 out of 10. Incredible film. Before I give you my rankings and predictions, I am curious. Do you agree or disagree with my ratings? And which movie do you think will or should have won? Leave it in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. So now we move on to my final rankings, which are as follows. In number 10, we have Maud Supreme. Next up, we have The Secret Agent, Begonia. At number 7, we have One Battle After Another. At number 6, we have F1, a super fun movie. At number 5, we have Sentimental Value. At number 4, Frankenstein. At number 3, Hamnet. At number 2, we have Sinners. And at number 1, we have Train Dreams. Like I stated, this movie absolutely floored me. I expected nothing and came out really, really impressed. So that's my ranking, as in my personal opinion. But while I love Train Dreams and it's overall my favorite, I do firmly believe Sinners is going to win with ease, due to just its cultural significance and its messaging. I'll be shocked if it doesn't. I think runner-up, if Sinners doesn't win, which I highly doubt, might be One Battle After Another. It's the other one that I see winning Best Picture. Let's see if I was right or wrong this 15th of March, if I managed to get this video out on time. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.